We checked in at Children's Hospital Colorado here in Colorado Springs, where people are experiencing longer wait times and a crowded emergency room. News 5's Michelle Reyes shows us how doctors and families are navigating this busy sick season.
A trip to the emergency room is something no parents want, but when your child is sick, that's often the first place that comes to mind. Now, doctors at Children's Hospital Colorado are seeing more patients now than they were 2 years ago. The reason for the spike in wait times?
This season's been extraordinarily busy for us, largely with influenza A mostly, and as well as RSV and some COVID that just doesn't seem to go away.
Dr. David Listman says they are currently seeing 170 patients a day, and nurses are working with patients in the waiting room.
Everybody gets seen. We are able to see the sickest kids in very reasonable times, and kids with lower acuity do have longer waits.
And while they won't turn any child away, he says sometimes a primary care doctor can discuss symptoms and treatments with parents over the phone and help them figure out if they need to go to urgent care or not. Like in the case of Sam and Lauren, who brought up a concern with their newborn to the pediatrician.
She hadn't had a bowel movement in so long, and she was like, well, let's take a look at it. If she hadn't had one by tonight at 6 o'clock, then we may need to go into Children's. We called and they referred us to Children's, and then we went in.
And after being at Children's Hospital once, they're taking precautions to prevent another hospital visit.
Big one's hygiene, washing your hands all the time. We have our toddler wash his hands every time he comes home from school, and my hands are all super cracked from having the baby and washing my hands like every 5 minutes.
Doctors agree. Hand washing, vaccines, and keeping sick kids home from school can help keep your family out of the ER. So while Children's Hospital Colorado is ready to care for every child, doctors advise that by taking precautions, families can avoid those long waits. Michelle Reyes, News 5.